Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today's subject is Consciousness, Part 30. From Sri Aurobindo. The whole of humanity cannot be changed at once. What has to be done is to bring the higher consciousness down into the earth consciousness and establish it there as a constant realized force, just as mind and life have been established and embodied in matter. So, to establish and embody the supramental force. It would not be possible to change all that ordinary life on earth in a moment. We have always said that the whole of humanity will not change the moment there is the descent. But what can be done is to establish the higher principle in the earth consciousness in such a way that it will remain and go on strengthening and spreading itself in the earth life. That is how a new principle in the evolution must necessarily work. There is no proposal to transform the whole earth consciousness. It is simply to introduce the supramental principle there, which will transform those who can receive and embody it. It is first through the individual that the supramental activity, becomes part of the earth consciousness, and afterwards it spreads from the first centers and takes up more and more of the global consciousness till it becomes an established force there. The consciousness of this earth alone is the earth consciousness. There is a separate global consciousness of the earth, as of other worlds, which evolves with the evolution of life on the planet. Yes, all that, humans, animals, vegetables, minerals, is the earth consciousness. Mineral is matter, vegetable is the vital physical creation, animal is the vital creation, man is the mental creation. Into the earth consciousness, so limited to mind, vital matter, has to come the supramental creation. Necessarily at first, it cannot be in a great number. But even if it is only in a few at first, that does not mean that it will have no effect on the rest, or will not change the whole balance of the earth nature, the supramental change and the Ananda plane. The supramental change is the ultimate stage of Siddhi, and it is not likely to come so soon. But there are many levels between the normal mind and the supermind, and it is easy to mistake an ascent into one of them or a descent of their consciousness or influence for a supramental change. It is quite impossible to ascend to the real Ananda plane except in a profound trance, until after the supramental consciousness has been entered, realized, and possessed. But it is quite possible and normal to feel some form of Ananda consciousness on any level. This consciousness, wherever it is felt, is a derivation from the Ananda plane, but it is very much diminished in power and modified to suit the lesser power of receptivity of the inferior levels. I presume it is the development of the truth power and the Ananda power in the overmind consciousness that is being pursued. The transcendent Ananda in itself could descend only after the complete supramentalization of the being, and would mean a stupendous change in the earth consciousness. It is the divine truth in the overmind and the divine Ananda in the overmind that can now prepare their manifestation, and it is that which is being indicated in these experiences. Mental knowledge is of little use except sometimes as an introduction pointing towards the real knowledge which comes from a direct consciousness of things. It is not a mental knowledge that is necessary, but a psychic perception or a direct perception in the consciousness. A mental knowledge can always be blinded by the tricks of the vital.